If you're a risk player, you're at risk. We'll talk about that more later because the game has started. We've got a quick push into the connector position there. Guardian waiting behind the smoke. Hello! He will greet them and they will fall at his feet. And that is a beautiful return though. Very quickly, Cadian coming in with a 2K to give the advantage to North as they hold on to forward position. Still can't quite secure that A-bomb plant just yet though. There is range just watching by ticket. So how do they get to... Oh! That's nasty!
That was beautiful. Man, that was satisfying as hell. But who's going to win the pistol? Now we've got a 2 versus 1 situation. Really awkward for AZ to peek out of the Palace. Generally speaking, you don't want your Palace guy peeking all the way to CT. That is for other people to deal with. But they don't really have the personnel to make the most ideal choices. Valde out in the open. His teammates rotating. And maybe they realized what was going on there because there's no trade attempt. So they've realized that he could be coming from the ramp. NiKo not showing, only to Palace. Rain, some shoulder peeking. 2 versus 1. Who engages first? If Rain engages first, to Rain's left, right there, NiKo can pop out afterwards. You can see AZ's looking for the trade fragger. He has no idea where the other person is. NiKo not showing at all, and there it is, the double peek. 3, 2, 1, peek. Hey!
That first kill from Rain secured the round because if he doesn't get that ridiculous shot, which we'll see in a moment, they get a bomb plant and then they can't play these favorable positions behind ticket.
Oh my goodness.
That's so nuts because he's planting otherwise, forcing him out. The peek from Palace comes in and it's massively favorable for North. That one ridiculous shot was so impactful. Amazing.
So nice.
Hot Flash won't do the job for NiKo. It goes beyond his position, but just like the second round, I think, in the previous map, he'll do some light damage, but no frag. Inverse plant. We're almost on the spot, but not quite. Olofmeister with a French gun. 25 bullets to start with. Down to 2 versus 2. How's it got this far? Valde's picked up an M4A4. This is just a bonus round for FaZe, but it's turning into something much worse. Olofmeister low health, no kit. Nothing left. Valde continues to impress. A 4K from him.
He went from -1 to 3 in 1. Just like that.
But this is really weird though, like at the beginning of the round, there was the flash misses, as you say, because of the forward position with the MP9. And they don't have helmets, but somehow NiKo misses every bullet from the MP9 on a bunch of players running at him. And then his teammate is trying to trade out and is completely exposed to 5 pistols. So it's a free bomb site. That's... I feel like that doesn't happen to FaZe, you know?
Rare indeed. Look at North right now. Going to take this fast cat Kerrigan. It's only USP, not going to do much. As he gets ran over by North and the crew. A throwaway round for FaZe. Nothing. Can't see anything unfolding for them right now. So it's going through the motions. Maybe try to get some exit kills. That'd be the ideal situation for FaZe.
I've been thinking about which M4 to equip.
Really?
Trying to use the AUG more. Although I think it's. I know it's. I think it's going to take me some getting used to. Because it's just used to a particular model and stuff, it is a bit off-putting having the AUG. Like with the Krieg, spraying with the Krieg, I know how to spray with it, but it still just feels odd because it's not familiar yet. But I'm thinking like, if I'm say playing close mid on cash, do I want to use a FAMAS and have more grenades? Especially at the beginning of like, you know, round 2, 3 rather if I lose a pistol. Do I want to have a FAMAS with 25 bullets? Do I want to have a silenced M4 with 20 bullets? I don't know.
Yeah, I've been reading about someone mentioned about having an A1 equipped because you have an AUG now, per the other one, kind of, you know.
Yeah, I think someone surmised Gobi's loadout to be.
Yeah, I thought, hey, that's pretty smart. Maybe I'll try that out.
Yeah,
I've been trying it. It's pretty. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I actually like the A1 a lot.
My problem though is that I always mentally do an M4A4 spray with the M4A1 and start shooting people in their belt and stuff.
Yeah, it's a very different playstyle. I think Forest is probably the best player to watch because of the way that he takes engagements with the M4A1S is a bit different for sure.
Kind of like more of a 1.6 kind of style where you just like try to peek and sliver peek 2-shot things.
Yeah,
I should try that then.
I was going to say that's why it feels better to me because I was much better in 1.6 with rifles than in this game.
Taking control of this connector. They're getting torn up, the floor up. Olofmeister getting 2 kills on the catwalk. K or B, not Cage or B.
Someone tweeted me about that and said, can you tell your co-commentator?
I see J there.
And
okay.
I replied and said, I'm actually enjoying it. So I'm just going to leave him be.
Cage or B. I see a J, all right? I'm not Nordic. Well, actually, I am part Nordic, but I'm in America.
What's going on with you? You're kind of Polish, you're kind of Nordic.
I'm Polish and Swedish.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why you're so good at Counter-Strike.
Wow, so good. You know, I got the natural genes going on. My mom's from Poland. My dad has a history of Swedish. Validate. Taking on Guardian right off the bat. No op for FaZe.
Guardian needed the flash support over the over mid, like we saw Astralis do for Device the other day. Nico has taken position, knows he'll soon have his vision obscured, so he goes for a quick peek. Taking the rifle away, so he has himself some options. There is a re-smoke of the window position. A minute 24 in a 4-on-4. We've only seen 4 rounds, but it's been so back and forth already.
It's one of the cool things about these two teams stylistically is both teams are trying to play fast pace and trying to sort of take the initiative against each other, which means you have to kind of play faster. I like that North go for this mid control, and FaZe, they're not allowing them to have it for free. They just go for the challenges. And now it's a 3 versus 3, 50 seconds to go, plenty of time. A fast rotation in from North, straight into the B apartments. It is spotted out by Carrigan. Rotation from Nico now. The AWP will make its way to the shop. And because there's so much time left, because North are playing a fast style, they're able to rotate back again. And this is one of the reasons why this fast style can be really good on the T side, is because you just confuse the CT information and rotation so much, because you can rotate constantly and keep pressuring everything, and at this point you've mid-rounded it, so it's a 3v3. Where do they put their players?
Cadian smoked the window on the B bomb site, and he has kept 2 of the 3 players towards the B area. Long rotation for the bomb, but the other 2 players will make inroads in the meantime, trying to cut off the rotation, but the bomb still has to go down, and Rain is still in that default position. Going for the inverse plant, no one really checking this area. And that's the round over, just like that. Now it's a case of hiding for Kiabi for the most part because the time is so low. We saw in the last game somebody died after time. I think it was Kiabi as well. It was Kiabi or AZ, pretty sure. But he will survive on this occasion.
It's like one of the worst kind of feelings. You die to, when you're planting the bomb, to something that seems like so fundamentally simple, like looking at spawn, because you're planning kind of in the open for spawns. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's just like, just look there. You may have had a different round or something. But again, hindsight is 20/20. They don't know he's there, maybe. So
sometimes you have to make that gamble as well, I guess.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, they had a guy in jungle, so the main point of concern is CT, and they had 2 people there. So
you're right.
Maybe he said cover me, but he didn't look fast enough.
No.
So maybe they didn't know he was planting until he said that. Yeah, it's hard, but there should have been some cover there either way.
$10 from dinner. Nah.
AK-47. Oh, they're closing the distance, but there's some cover though for Rain. So Guardian's holding his left and spot a player around triple. Could be some spray from Connector as well, and there it is from Nico. People knowing their angles through the smokes now for the triple plant and the inverse plant. Getting harder and harder to do in Pro CS.
I'm so happy about that, because we had this period for 3 years where no one knew any of the lineups in those situations. And as a commentator, casting as much as we were especially, you see it happen again and again. You're like, if you just learn, there's an easy reference point here. If you just learn that lineup, you win this round and maybe the game is different.
And you guys, after seeing it so many times, you know the lineup.
I don't know the lineup. I just know that there is one.
I think it comes maybe when you're in that scenario again and again. It's just intuition. You just know
that feeling.
Yeah.
You just know, like, if I stand here, it's probably here. You're just so familiar with the maps at this point that
True.
it comes
It's like
naturally.
love, you just know it. You feel it. You can't explain it.
What other smokes do we have here then? So many new lineups from Mirage once the ceiling was changed. Invisible ceiling. Very fine glass.
Ooh.
It's a big headshot from Kiabi. Olofmeister is still on the site, but no frags for him. That's the second spray he's missed.
That's one of those spots as well where, well, I have to hold that for. Nico's starting to try to work his magic, but, oh, okay. It's going to be dealt with easily, it seems. So Rain just looking to survive / do damage. But I think it's one of those situations for Olofmeister there where it's really difficult because you always want that first kill and that element of surprise to be the quickest kill possible. And he unfortunately had a really awkward fight. So a guy that's not really looking at him and he's kind of at distance, sort of around the corner, very awkward. And so you wonder, in a perfect world, like if he could know in advance that would be a really hard engagement. What happens if he tries to like tuck to the left and try to find an engagement on like the guy that's planting the bomb and then hitting somebody else who doesn't realize yet? And it's always really interesting to look at situations like that. Impossible to know at the time though. But
I've been liking how a lot of teams are now kind of shifting to taking over B on T side. I've been really liking the B fakes on this map. It's just the meta kind of shifted a little bit. You know, last year was more of like a middle kind of A take. Now it's like I see a lot of teams hit B a lot more. And you know, as a guy for strategy and stuff, I just like it. I'd like to change the differentness.
Yeah, I agree completely. And it definitely punishes teams who try to do the 4-1 setups. And speaking of which,
hear the shot.
Nice
So
quiet
quick.
shot. Yeah.
A silencer on that AWP.
Does he go for the gap? Ooh, he does, but he's seen that there's another player. That might be a warning. Don't know if the bomb might come up on the radar there. By the window, tagged. And now he's fragged, KRB. Gade taken out by Carrigan. I keep wanting to call him Caden. It's so annoying, but here is Cadian. 1 versus 4. Guardian will finish him off face down on the couch. Hope it's clean and free of bacteria. One is awkward for North. Gade with 1500. But they'll go for the buy. Maybe he can pick up a weapon later on, focus on the grenades perhaps. Double AWPs. Nico picking up second one once again. Opportunist pickup of a second AWP. I feel like that should be the default for a CT side.
B fake here.
Similar to a round they had before. That's going to send almost 4 people towards B, but now they start to slow down once they realize there are no footsteps. Rain picked off on A, and it's already retake territory for FaZe.
That's so smart from North. I love this call. They had success with that B take. Let's throw a B fake. FaZe over-rotated. Bomb planted it. Beautiful.
and I think it's also a benefit of when you play that faster style, you create more of a sense of emergency for the CTs, so they're going to be a bit lighter on their feet on those rotations
Great
as well.
point.
So that pacing is always
Mind games, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that you see the top teams do the best, and we'll have to see if FaZe can get a nice retake coming in here. So they start to pinch on into the bomb site. Katie with the MP5 trying to do what he can. A lot of damage has been done. The bomb is now being defused. Not too much time. AC with the spray through, and he gets it.
We got it.
Beautiful stuff there. Able to save that one. North will take the rounds.
The Titan logo in reverse. That's what a Galil spray is.
That's a pretty good point that you make about how you said a lot of top teams kind of do that best. I think the better team you are, the more complete game, thing that you have, because it's not, you're not usually calling each round. You kind of like have an overall kind of, like I'm gonna hit A, like maybe the first couple rounds and kind of mix it up. Like you have a structure.
Yeah. Oh, and here are the grenades again. The same grenades, but this time it is a B play from them. One play comes out quickly, however. That might be a warning. Carrigan is still alive. His teammate coming through the smoke. 3 CTs now on the B bomb site for FaZe. The bomb's been dropped and AZ finds himself quickly on his own. And they only get 1 kill out of that North.
That was a little rash.
Minimal time to react. Maybe they need a few more flashbangs in the right places.
Felt like FaZe was... I also overstacked that bomb site. They had at least 3 people there while they're attacking it, so maybe North. Well, let's see if they do it again. We talked about this yesterday. They won't inspect it 3 times, right?
This is going to be really cool to see how this pans out. Carrigan on that AUG as well. He's got the support of Olofmeister with the AK playing towards the pillar at the moment. I'm refraining from calling it Edward, that's what some people call it. I feel like that's not a very intuitive call for a broadcast.
Yeah. I was playing with some Americans yesterday and they said, oh, someone X is in get right. And I was like, where's that, man? I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I think it's just there's so many get rights and all that kind of stuff, so it's...
So what do you guys call that spot, though?
Which one, the pillar?
Yeah, because we call it gate right. So what do you guys call it then?
Oh, where Olaf is standing.
Whoever's in cat, yeah, we're all
I just call it the short pillar.
short pillar.
Yeah.
What about the other side? I guess it's cat. Near short pillar, I guess. Okay.
Just around the pillar is the pillar for me.
All right.
We need more obelisks in Counter-Strike.
Obelisks.
That's
Ziggurats.
That's a hefty word in the heat of the moment.
It's a nice word, obelisk.
Obelisk. You don't hear that word every day.
I mean, you could argue there's one in Inferno, but there's a two-syllable word people like to call it. My choice is pillar. Well, this is a rough round for North. 20 seconds to plant the bomb. And they can't even really, not in position to swarm. So where Rain is standing now, some people call that get right, as the off angle for people coming out of A. Few people call it Scream as well.
Call it ninja.
You call it Ninja. So
Yeah.
Ninja is the other side of fireboxes for
Yes.
most people.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the big brown door.
Oh,
We'll-
actually, I
we'll-
don't even know that. I don't think we
Okay, we can
call
take a
that
look at
out.
it. Let's take
Because
a
I
look
play
at
a lot
it.
of pugs, so we don't call that out. We just die.
Okay. Monsieur Sligwell, if you can... Yeah, so this standing in front of this door, if you take the camera there we go. So it's an off angle for people coming out of the ramp. They'll look towards like toll booth and so on. So some people call it get right, some people call it Scream in Europe.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah, but you don't really see it used much in pugs. I think if you watch a lot of pro matches, you might use it.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Yeah, pugs. People don't usually stand in this.
Yeah, a silenced M4 in that position can be devastating if you've got the aim.
I honestly, there's been some spots since I switched to the silenced M4 where I've had flanks, and it just feels so sick. You just get 3 kills, no one knows what's going on, and you just win the round. It's just like, this is too easy. It's like so easy, no one knows what's happening.
I'm gonna do that tonight now because I got some 6 A1 skins. You know, all the cool skins are A1. It seems like. I'm gonna bring out the Shantico's Fire again. That was my favorite skin.
I love the hot rods on the
Hot rods. That's a good one.
On the CC side. My walk hot rods. My M4 are hot rods.
My friend Topolsky has a hot rod. Shout outs to him.
A with smokes for North here, and with Rain and Shadow, I don't see any Molotovs to deal with him, so it's actually, he's actually going for the pop flash into Palace, and so his position's now known, but again, there's a defensive smoke as well. This is so difficult now for the T's. How do you break that position? There's no Molotovs. You can see that he's playing these angles, gets the first frag, and now from that point becomes very difficult. You can see Valdiv crashing to try to trade. Here comes another trade attempt, not working out until Gade finds him, but too much damage has already been done. That defensive smoke is so strong on Shadow. I love that we're seeing these days more defensive smoke play from the CTs as well. It's so cool to see. I actually started doing that one a lot recently as well. It's really fun to play around.
Oh
dear.
What's going on there? Maybe he had a weird mouse problem.
What missing?
Who knows? Maybe it's a low battery wireless mouse or something.
I'm actually wondering when mine will die. Don't have any spares.
You have
Is it not rechargeable?
I don't think it is.
Surely it comes with a rechargeable battery, and you plug it in.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be ridiculous not to in 2018. Dan doesn't even know if his wireless mouse has a rechargeable battery.
I don't know, man. I just play.
Attention to detail, 3 out of 10. Many targets in the mid position. Now a few targets. Guardian may spot another player there. Very smart to get the Molotov out just in case they try and push, and they try and push. Through the Molotov, the chase continues, but it's Guardian after all.
Sit down. Sit down and shut up.
9-4. Man, I've really been enjoying the sprays recently, I've got to say. There was a lot of complaints when they came out because you've got to, pay for the sprays.
Okay, I was going to say, like,
but I love them. I have no issue with the fact they only last a certain amount of time.
What do you love about them?
Just like spraying stuff. Like the angry faces, the big red face. I like to put it in places, if I'm on a T side, I'll put it in a place where a CT will see it when it's like it'll always be in their face when they're holding a position. Anyway, 5 AKs for North, which was common on Old North as well for the T side of Mirage. Now that MSL is on a new team, I wonder if he still watches North matches. Smoke for the window. Release as you go up the stairs. Smoke for Connector at the same time. You have a curious man moving up short.
play by Olaf Meister. As soon as he sees those smokes, he's going to go lurking in the ladder room. You'd watch potentially a window boost or a cat take with just one person. But the rest of his team can kind of like stack behind smoke. But what? Cager P taking out Nico through the smoke. Yikes.
The hell kind of settings is he using?
I want what he got.
Hardly see anything there. Dodgy situation for FaZe. Last couple rounds, do they have money to lose everybody here? I wonder. Yes, they do. So they absolutely will go for it. See what they can get done. Not too much. Good round coming out from North. And they will have a chance at a respectable number of rounds now. And my prognosis, my prediction was that they needed a stronger T-side than what is possible now to have a solid shot at winning this game. I think that, for me, FaZe will run away with this at this point, but we'll have to see how the T-side starts. But can North get 6 on the board, first of all? We'll have a fast pace towards the A bomb site. So they want to speed things up.
It's a very forward flashbang from KDN, and Nico is still able to swipe and get the kill. Rain by that ninja spot. But Gade will take him down. 2k for Gade. Nico, did he see an arm? Maybe he did. He smoked off now, though.
Do it, do it, do it. Oh, the timing. Oh!
As he shoots towards the bench, he heard the jump. 5 bullets left. 3v3 for the retake. Last round, got to go for it. Seems there may be a boost. All 3 players with kits. They've got a lot of utility. They're looking for the boost. Here it comes, but Nico's ready. Knows someone will likely be watching. Kiabi remains with Gade, going for the big rotation. 2 players still in mid. Spots 1. Will there be a peek from Olaf Meister? Does he go forward? Does he go back? He goes back. And it's Kiabi left. That bomb is ticking. The flashbang will be avoided. They're watching the angles. There's a player on the stairs to try and distract him. Olaf Meister hits his 2nd kill of the round. And just will Carrigan get the defuse.
Really strong half from FaZe. They won the pistol, lost in very suspicious fashion to a rush just into A with pistols. Shouldn't have happened. And they managed to make a good recovery. And that's reminiscent of how North got kind of... North did something similar, had a really bad mistake at the start of Dust 2, and they didn't manage to recover like FaZe did, so props to FaZe.
Yeah, actually, I like North's T-side. Even though they only got 5 rounds, the kind of fast pace, I think it'd be a little bit... They probably got a lot more rounds. If, maybe a couple more flashes in B, maybe even change the pace up in the mid of that half. Maybe slow it down way much, and then kind of change back up again fast.
Oh! Well then, headshots abound. It's a pistol round, of course, on the B-bomb side here. Olaf Meister will plant safely in the smoke. 4 versus 3 here for FaZe. P250 on Nico. Looking very favorable right now for them. The international squads. And even better now. Oh, Nico with that P250. He's 15 for 8 at the moment. This is rather hopeless. Do you want to save the kits? Probably save the kit at this point.
Still fishing, but I think it was time to leave. Kit, Kevlar.
Yeah, heads up. Especially when the score's like this, where you want to be scraping for every dollar. Okay, Nico.
P250 splash, very nice choice.
Okay, Nico. So good. So I turned my shadows to high last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I noticed a little bit.
Oh, you didn't have them on
I've been low, but I can still see shadows, but maybe I guess it's clear with...
It's a case of distance.
Okay.
It's just the further away someone is, the lower your settings are, the shorter the distance that you can see shadows from. So yeah, shadows should always be high. So
You're playing with that handicap, man.
I used to have it in high, and then changed to low because my computer was so bad and I wanted to stream, and I was like, I don't care.
Did the shadows impact that much though? Because I know the shaders will, but the shadows...
I'm scraping for every FPS at this point. Every single FPS.
All the FPS
Bottom
you can
of
get.
the barrel. I'm trying to get it all.
Oh, we've got the catwalk occupied now by FaZe, looking to push into ladder room. Seeing a 2-man setup here from North, that's actually amazing. Really strong. If challenged, they know there's one player there. Hello, there's the second one. Guardian, though, with the jumping Mac-10, takes full advantage of a lack of a helmet on Valde, and which makes that Mac-10 very strong. And Carrigan spots out Gade. So they recognize there were 2 players there, and that could have been very, very strong, but now North is just whittling away in this defense, leaving AC to his own devices. and he will be taken out. And 4 players survive.
It's unfortunate timing for North. Gade left his teammate in that ladder room. I would have maybe, I mean, it's hindsight, of course, but I'd like to see him maybe just kind of stick around a little bit longer. I think I understand his move because he already had a teammate in B, so just unfortunate timing for North in that situation.
CT smoke lined up. I don't even know how to smoke CT properly anymore, to be honest, because I steadfastly refuse to ever do A with smokes. Because it just annoys me that no one knows anything but A with smokes on the team side.
Even I can do it, Dix.
But I'm always throwing like mid smoke, connector smoke, or the smoke towards the window on D now.
Yeah, actually, I never smoke CT spawn either. I'm usually the other smoke. Jungle smoke is the one I'm always throwing. No one knows the jungle smoke, seems like. Or a proper one.
Yeah.
My level plugs.
Yeah. Maybe when I finally escape from Elo Hell, I'm not Elo Hell down, then perhaps it'll be more relevant. But for the level I'm stuck at the moment, it's like people will just stand in the choke point and die anyway, and not, go into the site. So they're afraid to die.
But that causes them to die even harder.
Sometimes their job is to die in a game of Counter-Strike. Like when we saw the guy, one of the players running in backwards on the pistol round of Dust 2. Just take the fire away from the teammates. Absorb for the greater good. Push from FaZe towards B bomb site is what is being suggested. Carrigan with some big frags opening up B. Now, will they continue? Or the split is coming in. They're almost lining up for Cadian. Another opportunity, but just the one kill. AZ is the last man standing. Shot and ore from FaZe. Again, these are very needed wins from FaZe Clan.
That's crazy though, like Carrigan getting 2 picks with the Krieg by himself, just walking out of the apps. You just don't expect that to happen.
And
but
again,
that made it work.
He doesn't get enough credit for those kind of things. I think people are like, oh, he's in-game leader, but he's not in-game leading, now replace him. But he's still a strong player for the team. What is that? What is that?
Is that even a wall shot?
I've never even thought about continuing to shoot while unscoping. That's not something I've ever even mentally processed. I don't even know if that was possible.
See, he knows something you don't.
Kerrigan's the brain.
I don't know.
Because in fairness, the spray is the same. But obviously, it's more severe unscoped than scoped in. But what the hell was that?
If there's no crazy highlight this round, can we watch that one again at the end of this round? Cool. I want to see how that works.
Kerrigan always pushing the limits.
That looks so weird, like really off key.
Maybe if it's possible, we can get some extra slow-mo. I don't know. No? Okay, no, not getting good looks from the gallery there. Well, that's it's going to be round 15 coming in for FaZe. 15-5. Again, I think we could see that there's been loads of rounds where North, in that first half again on that T side, there's lots of rounds where it looks really good. Like the approach, everything looks good. It's just this quality.
I don't understand.
Of FaZe is too strong at the moment. That's like that looks like the most awkward, clumsiest shot I've ever seen.
I feel like that was half the
That's
dust. Okay.
See, there you go. Rain's doing it as well.
What a combo.
That's amazing. Who's next, eh? Who is next? I'm just gonna start just holding mouse 1 down when I'm jumping as well. I'll start doing that.
That was a proper garden hose shot from Rain. Watering all the plants. Oh, that would have been such an important C-man spray down. It is match point here for FaZe. Big shot from Valde, but he doesn't see the player behind Olofmeister. And now Cadian is all that's left. Creeping through to the jungle position. Carrigan surely will go for the triple plant. Cadian scoped in. He's got a long journey ahead of him. Got to run for it. Not sure if he's been heard. No, he hasn't been heard. Not yet. Carrigan still looking towards connector. Scope of his own. Cadian better be fast. That Krieg is very, very dangerous. Oh. There we go. 16-5. FaZe with a dominant 2 maps against North, and those are much needed points for the leaderboard.
Yeah, it was a really cool performance from FaZe, just to see that individual strength. And you can see on the T side, it seems like they've done so much good work. Obviously, again, following up from that result at Epicenter, it's only sort of cemented the confidence in the new approach they've taken. And in just making that T side stronger, they're looking like more of a complete team again. And you can see also, because of that, as a knock-on effect, I should say, individually everybody's looking much more comfortable, that's what FaZe is. You know, it's individually they are crazy.
Yeah, that's a. I did think they would be the considerably stronger team. I think the matchup just favors them. I don't think there's enough of an answer for Guardian from this team at the moment, and he was a problem on both maps for sure. Nico with a great performance as well. Some wild frag from Carrigan and Rain. And yeah, that's just a really nice series for FaZe. Some much needed W's, especially after dropping a map to Ninjas in Pyjamas in their previous matches at ECS. And here we go, there are the stats. Guardian with 106 ADR, wouldn't expect anything less than that. And that's that series done. So we will be moving on to Astralis versus LDLC. However, those will be at the top of the hour, about 27 minutes away. So you've got a little break between now and then. Maybe we'll get some sounds of CSGO up for you or something like that in the meantime. But stay tuned and we'll see you at the top of the hour.
My name is Henry Greer, aka Henry G. I'm a British-based commentator for CSGO, was a former player as well, and you'll find me at pretty much every Counter-Strike event there is going. It's weird. I'm not really sure how I ended up in this position. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I started off as a Counter-Strike player in the UK scene maybe about 15 years ago, and I was playing a game called Counter-Strike Condition Zero at the time. And I was exceptionally good at that, one of the best in that very small community. And then Counter-Strike Source came out, and I became one of the biggest names within the UK, initially within that game, and then got bigger and bigger and bigger. Became one of the world's best players of Counter-Strike Source, which was quite exciting. I then quit the game to focus on a career and try and be normal. And it worked for about 5 years.